Girls, are you up here?
Hello, Daddy. Come and play with us, Daddy. Forever and ever and ever.
No, I really just don't have time to play. Thanks, though. Hey, today we wanted to do something a little bit different. If you've been a fan of our videos or paying attention to our videos, you might notice we do a lot of things that are inspired by The Shining. We've literally done a comedy version of The Shining called The Shining. We've stolen from little scenes here and there, so it's been a big inspiration to what I do. So I just wanted to show you some of the Shining items that I have, and then talk about the movie just a little bit. So The Shining, let's just go through the stuff first of all, because you're seeing that right now. So this is a Jack Nicholson mask. He plays the character of Jack Torrance, the writer. And this mask, it actually has eyes in it. You could cut them out, but I'm not going to do that. This was like a custom, not quite a custom mask, but this is not quite the mask you would find like at just a Halloween store or something. And then this is the Dog Man or Bear Man, depending. I believe he's called Roger the Dog in the book, but some people call him the Bear Man also. The two versions are very different. The Stephen King book and then the Stanley Kubrick movie that's based on the book, but there's a lot of differences. I won't go into that too much here because a lot of people have covered it really well. But what else do I have? Oh, I have the Grady twins here in these Toonie Terrors, and I have this is a Monster High version of the Grady twins. It comes in this nice box and it opens up. There's a hallway. Never thought I'd own some dolls, but here we are. Let's see. Oh, and the Funko Pop figures. This one was a limited edition Jack. It's specifically where he's frozen. He's holding his axe. And then here's the regular version. And then that also, we have Danny, his son. And Wendy, his wife, Wendy Torrance. And once again, we do have the Grady twins. So I've accumulated a lot of these over a period of time. And, oh, I almost forgot. I actually got to meet Danny Torrance. This is a little bit glaring right now, and it says, "To Bob, best wishes, Danny Lloyd." I got to meet the guy who played Danny Torrance, I should say. He was really cool. He was really nice. He's not really acted much since then, but he did appear in Doctor Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining that Stephen King wrote, and they did eventually make a movie of. Let's see. So I have, obviously I have the movie. I have this steelbook version of the movie. And this is the new 4K. I'm not going to show you all the old versions. I also have the Stephen King's version. This is the TV series. And I have Room 237, which it's a documentary on people's obsessions and interpretations of The Shining. So that's a pretty appropriate movie for me to own. I don't necessarily believe in all the, there's a lot of strange theories about the movie. I don't necessarily believe all of them are on the right track, but it's kind of fun just to hear what people are saying. I have a couple other items I didn't show here. One is I had the original Shining movie poster, but it's a little too fragile. It's the big yellow poster. It's a little too fragile to unfold and show here. And then I have the books as well. The first signed Stephen King book I actually got was Doctor Sleep, the sequel to The Shining. So no, I'm not going to show that here too. I don't want to handle it too much and ruin it. Oh, and look, I'm wearing the Grady Bunch. This is the Delbert Grady or Charles Grady, depending on your version. We also visited the Stanley Hotel, which is the inspiration for Stephen King for The Shining. He was at the Stanley Hotel, and they were just about to shut down for the season. It's out in Colorado, in Estes Park, and they were just about to shut down for the season, and they had one room left basically open for him and his family, and he stayed in room 217. Now in the movie they do change that to 237, but so I've actually been to room 217 in the Stanley Hotel. I've been to the actual Stanley Hotel, which was a really neat experience. They give us a tour of the whole hotel, and you got to see a lot of behind the scenes things. They even took us through the basement, which was pretty spooky. But yeah, I guess you could tell I'm a fan. I have a lot of different things. My first impression when I was a kid, they had a movie preview, or not a preview, it was a commercial advertising that The Shining was coming, and it was really scary. They showed, this elevator opening with blood coming out. They showed a woman who was in the bathroom, Wendy, and her husband was bashing down the door with an axe. And I was like, wow, that looks really scary. But, I wasn't going to go see that. I think I was like 12 when they were advertising for it. And yeah, that was 1980. So that was the year I turned 13 at the end of the year. So I obviously wasn't going to. And at the time, I wasn't super into scary movies. I liked watching old creepy movies on TV and stuff. I liked the older ones, like the Hammer films. But going out to see a rated R scary movie was not something I was going to do, and it was not something my family was going to take me to do. Times were very different back then. It seems like a lot of people take kids to see rated R movies. Back then that didn't happen too much, and certainly not with my parents. So but yeah, I remember that was my first impression, just seeing that, and then I would see little bits and pieces of it pop up in more commercials or just in pop culture movie reviews. I don't know if Siskel and Ebert reviewed it, but someone reviewed it. I remember seeing clips from that. And then one of my neighbors had cable TV. We didn't have cable TV. And The Shining was on. I watched part of it, and it was really scary, but I can remember I was just very interested in it. I was very drawn to it. I didn't get to see the whole thing at the time. I just got to see some parts of it. So I don't honestly remember the first time where I literally watched the whole thing beginning to end. It was probably a VHS rental. So why am I so obsessed with The Shining? I think it kind of hits this. There's this overlap of things that I like about a lot about Stanley Kubrick movies, and there's things I like a lot about Stephen King. Coincidentally, they both have the initials SK, so read into that whatever you want. But so it hits that area of overlap, but it just. I don't think it's necessarily the best movie ever made. I don't think it's without fault. I don't think it's the best horror movie ever made, and I don't think it's even it's the most scary movie ever made. But there's something about all the pieces of it that really, it seems to resonate with me for some reason. I always say I'm like kind of haunted by that movie. I think there's something about the best movies and the movies that resonate with me is that they haunt me. So they may not be technically perfect movies. They may have things you can pick them apart for. But cinema for me has always been an experience of feeling. Like, how do you feel? Like a book can be about how you feel. And it's also, though, it's an intellectual aspect to books as well. And there can be movies that have an intellectual aspect, but I think what cinema is best at, and what movies are best at, is providing like those feelings of dread or fear. It can be feelings of happiness, different things like that. Definitely with The Shining, it's there's something off about The Shining, and there's been a lot of theories that go into those things. In the future, like we did a comedy which is basically a satire, a parody of The Shining. And I would love to do a creepy or spooky project on The Shining. I'm not sure, though, how I can make that work or what I'm going to do with it, but I have some ideas. With Jillian and Addie, too, I think, you can definitely see them playing the Grady twins, definitely, at some point. So, with the pair of them. So I don't know if that's just, feeds into the part of it, the obsession with occasionally trying to recreate bits from The Shining. But yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I jotted down some notes just in case I ran out of things to talk about. But I think if you have not seen The Shining, give it a chance, and I would watch it a few times though. Watch it and then wait a while, maybe even wait a year, then rewatch it, because that's, to me, it's one of those movies that it seems to get even better each time I watch it. And you know, a lot of movies don't hold up to repeat viewing, but The Shining, it almost seems to invite repeat viewing. And I didn't even talk about the music. I really like the music. There's a lot of great classical music, and then there's new music that was made new in 1980. That it really works well with the imagery that's going on the screen. That just sense of isolation and fear and things that are all set up really well. The music just makes some great atmosphere and accents various scary moments as well. So I don't know, there isn't much else I can say, so I just wanted to show off this stuff. We will, if you like this kind of stuff, let us know on Instagram. If you're interested, if you want to hear about other movies that may have influenced me or other things like that, I could do a whole video just on Stephen King probably as well. But let us know on Instagram, and otherwise, Jillian and Addie will be back. They're not taking a break. This has just been kind of a busy time of year for them with final exams and schoolwork and stuff like that. So let us know, and subscribe, and bye.
What do you want?
Why are you wearing a coffee filter on your head?
'Cause there were no shower caps. Duh.
Okay then.